2 stages. I'll show you how to do the cleaning process first, and then I will show you the paperwork and the technical stuff after the fact.
Okay.
So in order to access the cleaning screen, what you need to do is you just need to open up the front door with your key. There is a cleaning button just down here. Just click that in, and then go back to the main screen, just here, and enter in your code 1912. Click OK. Go to VMC, go to cleaning, and you're in the cleaning menu. Now you just need to start cleaning. Easy peasy. So what you do then is it's asking you to remove the grounds container, which is just down here. And it's called the puck bin. They'll have ground coffee and whatnot in there. Okay, so you just empty that out. Give it a bit of a wipe with a bit of blue roll, and then just pop it back in. And what the machine's going to ask you to do then is insert the coffee tablet. So what you do here is you just go over to your tablets, and you've got 1 coffee tablets, 1 milk tablets. So you just take the coffee ones, open up the main screen, and take 1 tablet, open up the brewer unit, and pop it in. Now it's important that you do this step by step, because when it asks you to pop the coffee tablet in, what the brewer has done is it's opened up, it's allowing you to put the coffee tablet in, it's going to then close once you click that you've done it. Okay, so it's important that you do it before you tell the machine that it's been done. Okay, so next you want to go to the bottom and just remove the milk from the milk fridge. And just pop the pipe up there. Milk to one side. And as I say, step by step, so just let it know that you've done that. It's going to then ask you to put the milk cleaning tablet into the grey bucket and pop that in. So, just take that here. Just the 1 tablet. And then that goes in here. And that is you pretty much done. You've just got to do the chocolate bowl next. So what you do with this...
How often do we have to clean that, the tablet container? Like, do we have to clean it?
After every use, yeah.
After every use.
Just give it a wipe. It's not good.
Okay.
Don't need to scrub it. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
So to release the chocolate bowl, just push this little lever here downward.
Yeah.
There we go. And then just pull from the base. And there's a little water pipe fed in through here. You just pull that to the right. So just a little pull like that, and it comes straight off. You can just remove that. Give this a wipe on the inside, bit of blue roll, give it a scrub on the top as well.
Yeah. And
then lock that back in place. And then to put the chocolate bowl back in, just make sure that these 2 lips are level. There. Yeah. Make sure you pop the pipe back on to the base.
Okay.
And remember, water pipe in first. So just force that bit in there. And then push the 2 teeth into the lips at the base. And then lever up again. Easy peasy.
Okay.
Once
make
that's
sure,
done,
make sure that there is no gap in between.
make sure there is no gap in between. So what can happen is if you leave the chocolate bowl off, you can take this off somewhat and then turn it. Now, as you can, if you feel here, there is a bit of a gap. So just make sure there's no gap at the bottom there. Make sure it's flush to the wall, and that it's level, as I say, with the teeth. Just pop that back in. It'll become second nature here.
Yeah, okay.
And then just OK it on the screen. That's all been done. And then it's going to run through the cleaning cycle. Now this will take between 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And you can clean the other aspects of the machine whilst that's going on.
Okay.
Just to save yourself some time coming back and forth from the machine. So the key areas to remember to clean, and the things I'll be looking for in an audit, are the dispense head here, this little black thing. It does come off.
Okay, yeah.
And then that goes back on once it's been cleaned.
It should be cleaned with just water, hot water,
Just
or just
water.
normal water.
Just hot water.
Hot water. Yeah.
So just make sure that it's cooled down before you pop it back on,
Okay.
because obviously with rubber it expands.
Okay.
So if you're cleaning it with hot water, just let it cool down for a minute so that it actually goes back on and stays there. Because what can happen is
nothing to be done over here.
nothing
right?
to be done. No clips or
Yeah,
anything. It literally sticks on.
Do we
if
have
it
to
is
clean inside over there? No.
No, just
that.
dispense head there. The other areas to clean, just around the drip tray, are obviously your grid, which is there, and then just these areas here. If you see, if you just see in here, there's a little lip all the way round. Just make sure that that gets a good wipe every time. I like to use a toothbrush, just because it just
Easier
gets in
to-
there,
yeah,
easier to
yeah.
get in.
The
You
access
can
is
obviously take the big brush and get around, but it's easier with a toothbrush.
Yeah.
Obviously, once you've got the cleaning process going on, it's a good idea to just make sure everything's topped up. So just push everything in, and the rule of thumb I go by is it needs topping up if your whole hand can fit in.
Okay.
So my whole hand can't fit in, so that's okay. So if you can fit your whole hand in the slot, top
That's
up.
okay.
With the coffee beans, there are two little sensors here, and that registers when the coffee beans are low. So once it gets past this point, it needs to be topped. Okay. So just take the lid off and pop some beans in. Easy peasy. Now with the chocolate, just take the Velcro off and then just lift the lid up and then top the chocolate up. Be very, very careful when it comes to the chocolate that you don't have the lid off while you're topping up the beans, because what can happen, and what happens a lot, is people will top up the beans and then they'll for some reason get really worried that they're going to overfill the beans, drag the bag back, and a load of coffee beans fall into the chocolate bowl. And that causes chaos with because there's a little motor that goes along here, and that can cause blockages and all sorts that you don't want. So, top up, as I say, your syrups. I will show you how to refill those, but simply take it off the bag and just twist. Easy peasy. And then to insert a new bag, just twist and back on. And just make sure that the pipe is pressed into the sensor. What you'll notice is it may say that syrup 1, 2 and 3, they have no syrup in them, but that's just because the pipe is out of the sensor. So just make sure that's pushed all the way in. All good. The other thing is just these little black bins, similar to your puck bin. The reason that's there is just to stop any large quantities of syrup. Obviously leaks do occur, just to catch that and make sure that's clean as well. Empty your bins, obviously, and just make sure these areas around here are nice and clean as well. What you do find is if the bin is put on incorrectly, you can see here, it's completely straight this side, and there's a little lip here. This must be facing this direction. It's to stop any rubbish going down the chute there. If it's obviously placed that way, what you'll find is a lot of debris gets down the chute there. Okay, and then obviously just make sure that you wipe down the
with the damp
backsplash.
clothes, What do you use for it? Like just
with
like a wet
with
cloth,
damp cloth and
yeah.
some of your is it D12?
Yeah.
D12.
Yeah.
And some D12.
Yeah.
The other thing to make sure is just to clean the shelves in here.
Then you use the brush for that.
Both sides. Use the brush for that just to get any.
Take it
and
out.
then take a hot cloth and wipe up.
Hot cloth
anything that you
and
see.
wipe it up. Okay. And these areas should be also just brushed up. First, these areas should be covered. Then we'll go for the bottom
Exactly.
ones.
Yeah. So start from the
Top.
top.
Yeah.
Brush it with the brush if you need to.
Yeah.
Get any bits of chocolate dust out the way, and then come up behind with a
So
hot cloth.
what happens if it's like something like which is gonna overflow on that side? Is it gonna be like we can't it goes down, or can we clean it?
Pardon?
Like the dust, if just when
Oh,
we,
right. So it will fall down and then fall onto the shelves down here, which can be obviously.
yeah, okay,
on the other
that's
side. Yeah.
okay.
I do
So the shelf
recommend
is-
that once a week
Yeah.
you come in with a Hoover.
Okay.
Just, it makes it a lot easier. The brush is good. You can get it with a brush, but once a week, just come in with the Hoover. Just because the Hoover will get things that
everything,
you wouldn't necessarily get yourselves. So, as I say, cleaning's machine's doing its thing. It's cleaning. It's we'll let you know as it progresses through the different stages. It'll do the boiler, then the steam boiler, steam tank, and so on.
Yeah.
This is your Bible, your Quran, your Torah, so your holy scriptures.
I've gone through it. I've just made.
So obviously the whole cleaning procedure is in here, and it shows you how to take the chocolate hopper off and how to clean the fridge, etc. Your whole menu, whatnot. I'm now going to show you how to replace the till roll.
Yeah.
So that's how to replace the till roll in your ticketer. So just pull the handle down. It's just magnetized, as you can see there.
Okay.
So in order to take the till roll off, you just push this little green tab just here,
Okay.
upward. Lift the cutter upward,
Okay.
and then just pull the paper out. And then the whole thing just slides off. Easy peasy. To put new till roll in, just slide the till roll through between these two lips. Slide that through, and then just close the cutter downward, and it will automatically feed through and cut off a extra piece. And now it's ready to go. There are 3 lights just on the side here. Now they operate on Morse code, so based on how many flashes they give you, so for example, let's say I do that, you can see that light flashes 4 times, which is the machine saying it's out of paper.
Okay.
It's of course not out of paper. That is ready to go, but it will flash according. I'll ask you if say there's an issue with the printer. I'll ask you how many flashes it's giving you, and I'll be able to know what the issue is based on that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Quite a common issue with these is there's a little cutter. You won't be able to see it right now, but if I close that, you'll see it for a brief moment. It snaps up there. That can sometimes get stuck. So all you have to do then is to say open it up and disconnect it from the power source, which is this fella here. So you just pull that out, pop it back in again, and the cutter will automatically feed back in, and you just close it up again.
Okay, that's perfect.
Good. So that is the till roll. Obviously, when it comes to replenishing the machine, that's all in here as well. Shelf life. And it does have a little thing with regards to how much milk you should be adding based on how many cups a day you sell. Now, you guys sell around 100, so you're going to be wanting to add about 26 litres. But that's obviously between the 2 machines. Now, there is a secret button. I'll just take you over to the other machine to show you. You guys have a secret button that you can use. If there's ever an issue with the machine, if the machine ever comes up saying, for example, this, please ask a member of staff for assistance. You can just take your finger and place it at the bottom of the screen, and it will tell you what the issue is via a bar here. So it says grounds bin missing. So just pop the grounds bin back in, and it will return to the home screen.
It's perfect, yeah.
Perfect.
Sorry.
Good to go. You're good to go. You're good to go. So this is your training record. So just whenever you get a new member of staff, just have them sign their name here, signature, job title, and the day that they were trained. This is your logbook. So the reason you have this is just to record temperature checks, when the cleaning was done, and whenever you've added new products to the machine. So it's explained in more detail here. I won't go into too much detail, but you can obviously read through that. But essentially it says the same thing. Records the milk, fridge temperatures, when you do the clean, and manager sign off at the end of the week.
Okay.
So these are your traceability pages. Now, essentially every time you open up a new box of coffee beans, chocolate powder, or flavoured syrup, I want you just to pop in the product, coffee beans, the day that it was opened, and the expiry date. It's just so that you know exactly what's in the machine at all times. Obviously, it's also to ensure that there are no expired products in the machine. As I say, just for coffee beans, chocolate powder, and flavoured syrup. Don't bother with chocolate dusting and sweetener. Those things last forever. So this is where you record your milk usage. This is where you record your temperature checks, both one in the morning and one in the evening, and then just your cleaning cycles. So essentially just whenever you've completed the clean, and then just your initials to say who's cleaned it, and then the manager sign off at the end of the week as well.
Okay.
With regards to the milk usage, it's just the quantity, the use by date, and then the time that you topped it up at. And then obviously with the milk fridge recordings, it's just the temperature with the time that it was checked, and then your initials just to show that you checked it. The allowance for the milk fridge is between, we're in the north or the south of Ireland? We're in the south, aren't we? We're south, yeah. So for the south of Ireland, it's between 0 and 5 degrees. That's, if it gets any higher than 5 degrees, obviously that's a concern. For the north of Ireland, funnily enough, it's 8 degrees. I don't know why.
We are in between, so maybe it's just like
some allowance. But no, that's these are your two holy books.
Yep.
Your cleaning products, and I think actually perfectly timed, it has finished the cleaning cycle. There we go. So to finish up the cleaning cycle, what we need to do is take out the grey bucket, which is just in here, and this is sort of a perfect time now to clean the fridge, because what's happened is obviously the cleaning chemicals steamed up the fridge. The fridge is nice and hot, so a lot of these areas where there's a bit of milk will come off a lot easier if you do it now. For the sake of the video, I'll just carry on. But this is a big no-no. So any dried milk found in the machines is an automatic fail on the audit, which means the machine gets shut off and a cleaning cycle has to be performed. So that's a big no-no. So the fridges and the milk containers must always be 100% nice, shiny and clean. So we just put the milk back in, insert the milk pipe, push it all the way to the back, and then close the door. Just let the machine know you've done that, and it will then run the milk through the system to refill the pipes. And then it's going to ask you then just to wipe down the backsplash, the seals, etc. It will then ask you also to just make sure that you press that you've replaced the milk. The purpose for this is that the fridge is currently over temperature, so if it shuts down now and the milk hasn't been replaced, it's going to record that the milk is over temperature. So it just lets the system know that the milk's been replaced and it's got fresh cold milk.
Yeah.
So it's important that you do that step once the cleaning process is finished. So we're going to let the machine restart. Just watch as it restarts. This dispense head comes down. Now it will only do that during this part of the cleaning cycle when it restarts. The reason this has been disabled and won't do it for all the drinks is because people would slam the door closed and break the dispense head. So just be careful when you're having the machine restart that you don't try and open the door or close the door on the dispense head. So enter in your code 1912. Press OK. And then go to VMC. Then go to milk, just up here. Just let the machine know you've replaced the milk. And then hit Save Changes. And you're good to go. And then you just press the green button in again. And the machine has completed its cleaning cycle. We just hold our fingers on the secret button. It's no longer requesting a clean. So we're good to go.